after wave after wave, I'm slowly drifting. And it feels like I'm drowning, pulling against the street, pulling against the street.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Push me and then just touch me till I can get my satisfaction.
Yo,
Satisfaction.
yo, this is the music. I just want to welcome you guys all here tonight. We're gonna have a big show. I have 3 guests for you. We have the first one that you can see on the top on my screen over there. We have the Dread Pirate, one of the co-owners from CMG from the LAN tournament that just happened this past weekend. Happy to have him on the show. Big push for them. They had a really good event, 16 teams. Huge for the Gears of War community. A lot of points out there. I know we had the Optic Fox team take that first place. My second guest of the night, we have Hudson's pro player. Hudson's is going to be on here speaking about his current team situation, as well as his thoughts on Mexico City. That was just announced yesterday by Jack Filling herself on the Gears of War off-season recap show, since yesterday was the finale. And to wrap up the show, we're going to be bringing on my man, Kevin, from Bronx, New York, the Big BX Firearm. He's going to be coming on the show. He's going to be talking about his team. He's going to be talking about CMG. And he's going to be talking about Mexico and what his expectations are of the season and also for the first event being announced. Big event tonight, guys. Glad you guys are here. Let's get started. I know this music is jamming, but I'm going to have to cut it. I want to thank you guys for coming out. As always, of course, you see on the screen, we have the CMG LAN recap. We're going to start off that tonight with my good friend Matthew. He's going to be on here speaking about it. Again, co-owner of CMG. As you guys see, I also added a little bit to my stream. We have my hat over there. That is the Cuban World Baseball Classic hat. And we also have the Raw Talent jersey. A little bit of self-promotion going on. Figured I'd throw that up there. It would seem about right. The right situation and the right background for me, because it's a little plain, you know, yellow walls and whatnot. Not really the greatest looking thing to have behind you. But you know what? A little self-promotion out there. Can't complain. To move on, we're going to go to the Gears off-season finale. Yesterday was the last episode of the first season for the Gears of War off-season show. I thought it was awesome. Really great way to wrap out the first season. You know, only 4 episodes. It is short, but hey, you know what? Maybe season 2 is going to be huge, and maybe they'll start it off with the first season that's coming up as well, which I think would be an awesome idea. Then third, we're going to be talking about the Gears Microsoft event that's going to be happening this month on August 19, 2017. Make sure you guys check out the Esports Gears Twitter page. It'll tell you all the locations, as well as, you know, the prize breakdown and, you know, where you need to register in order to, you know, play at these events. I'm going to be at the Bridgewater, New Jersey event once again. I'm probably going to be playing with a couple of my teammates from the Atlantic City Raw Talent Squad, where we wore those jerseys right there. So we'll probably be out in strength and numbers there. And lastly, in general, we're going to be talking about it, but I want to wrap up the show towards the end of the night with the first event is going to be in Mexico. What are your thoughts? Is it what you expected or not? So to continue, we're going to go to my first guest. I'm pretty sure he's on standby. Let me fix the screen a little bit so I can fit the 2 of us on here. I'm going to go ahead and bring him in. His name is Matthew. Like I said, he's a co-owner of CMG. They just had a tournament this past weekend in California. He was nice enough to offer to come on the show and speak a little bit about what happened this past weekend and so forth. So while you guys are here, sit back, relax, grab some water. We're going to have a great show tonight. Let me call my friend Matthew right now. Hopefully he picks up and he knows he's ready. And then we could get started. Like I said, oh, there he is. What's up, Matt? How's it going, buddy?
It's going, man. It's going.
Nice to meet you. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Matt Rojas, co-founder of Casual Misfits Gaming, aka the Dread Pirate.
Nice, very nice. So guys, like I said, this is Matt. He is on here tonight talking to us about the CMG event that happened this past weekend. Matt, your thoughts on this past weekend's event?
Before I get into that, man, I got to give you just a little trash and kind of remind you who won the World Baseball Classic this last time. Just had to throw that out there.
I love it. No, I love it. I love it.
Dude, this event, honestly, it was awesome. It was more than we could have hoped for. I mean, we're so new to the Gears community. Most people don't know who we are still. We jumped in. We started our podcast in January, and a couple pro players approached us. Shout out to Ninjitsu, Phased, and they asked us to get into this, this scene and do esports because they had fun at one of our LAN parties, a small LAN party. And we threw our first one, which was pretty big, had 109,000 viewers on
that's a lot
on Twitch, and it was big for us, and we were really excited about it. And we didn't really know where we stood with the Gears community after that, because it's hard to tell off Twitter and all that, and even the Coalition where we stood with them. Thankfully, Coalition, Jack Felling, they reached out to us and they asked us to throw this second one. And let me tell you, man, it was a huge blessing, a huge turnout. Over 80, we had 80 competitors and I think around 30 or 40 spectators. Everybody pulled together. We had over 300,000 viewers this time. It was mind-boggling, man. And we couldn't have done it without Jack Felling, Evan Combat Snake, Waldo Klein, Veli, try to miss anybody, Chris Deluxe Haas, everybody in CMG, Jason Zahn, Robert Link, Ati Rojas, myself. It was just, and then Steve, Mr. Souls, just a huge deal, and we're still trying to recoup from it because it was such a big thing for us.
Yeah, no, of course. I know you guys had a big staff out there. Obviously 16 teams came out, full rosters, which is pretty cool. A lot of competition out there. I mean, you obviously saw firsthand who was out there.
Firsthand.
First place squad, Optic Fox. What did you think about those guys?
Something else, man. Oh man, Team Glory. I think they got kind of told they couldn't use the Optic Fox name, but they were they're something else, man. They were excellent. Just watching them was honestly, as Wally said, it was a clinic, man, on just how to be the best at what you do. And hats off to Team Fire and Ice for they lost to them originally and finding their way back through the losing bracket to meet them in the finals. And they put up as much of a fight as they could. They're still a very new team, but to see them go in and make it to that point against teams like Ghost Gaming and Hez's team that he was the champion last time, and to see them get back there and play that team. Yes, they did get kind of destroyed, but it was cool to see them get to that point and play them. And but like, again, hats off to Team Glory and all those guys from Optic and Echo Fox. It was honestly just an orchestra of Gears talent right there. It was beautiful.
Yeah, when I heard that squad was going out there, and just some of the squads in general, I know the show before the tournament this past week, and I actually went through the 16 teams that showed up, and I would probably say at least 8 to 10 of them I knew, at least 2 guys from each roster, and that competition was insane. I mean, you guys had a mini MLG tournament, if you want to say, out there in California, which is awesome, being the West Coast. half those guys are probably from the East Coast, but the fact that, you know, they were willing to travel is always a great thing, and that I've always been a pusher about that. If we want Gears to grow, and if we want an organization like you guys to grow, you know, we have to show the support. In regards to CMG and going forward, do you guys see anything else happening for you guys? Anything in the future? I know you guys have the squad Fire and Ice, or I think that's Zoner, the real Zoner, if that's his squad, or if you guys work together on that. I'm not too sure.
It's complicated. They are the real Zoner, who is also a involved with CMG. He's a co-founder. It's their squad and we sponsor them, but it's not really our squad, but in a way, you know, they're kind of our squad because we sponsor them. So we're always hoping they do the best as they possibly can. As far as CMG going forward, I mean, I'm hoping we can only go up from here. We've got other stuff we want to do. We're thinking about and kind of have started planning a SOCOM 2 throwback tournament coming up end of this year. As far as Gears goes, that's really where we're still trying to, I'm still tired from this weekend, so we're trying to come down from that and figure out, okay, what's the next step? Talk to Jack, talk to Combat Snake. I mean, we worked heavily every step of the way. And I know there was some drama on Twitter, people thinking that we weren't working with them and that, you know, we were making up stuff as we go. I can guarantee you without a doubt that we were working with them and hours of conversations. When any conversation, when any issue arose, it was Skype chat, it was Twitter DMs, it was emails, just trying back and forth for hours until we had got a solution. And then shout out to MLG big time for, I mean, these are their pro points. They didn't have to give them to us. We're nobody. We're Casual Misfits Gaming. Who is that? we're a podcast. You know, we have fun talking about video games, and a huge shout out for them believing in us to throw this tournament and coalition, and give the amount of pro points they did for amateurs and pros alike to, you know, get somewhere in the pro circuit, or just add to the stack they already had, Team Glory. You know? Yeah,
seriously.
And I can only hope we, you know, move on from here and continue to do stuff, you know, grassroots tournaments for them.
Yeah, no, I mean, like you said, you guys are a podcast. It's awesome the fact that you're even doing what you guys are doing, running these events, you know, having, you know, the team that you guys are, you know, sponsoring. I know you said it's a little complicated, but regardless, you know, that's a good squad that you guys have out there. It's always good to see different organizations, different newcomers coming to the game in general, especially with the season 2 being announced, the first event. You know, the more the better, obviously. You know, we need the numbers. We need guys like you that are, you know, very, very passionate, very dedicated, you know, not just to Gears of War, but to the gaming world, your guys' podcast. You know, if you guys ever have any plugs that you need to put on the show, make sure you guys follow. Right here, I put you up top by Now Live. Make sure you guys follow him. We look forward to seeing more lands, obviously. Hopefully down the road, that would be pretty cool to see, you know, something else happening down over at the West Coast. Now, one thing I wanted to ask every guest tonight, what are your thoughts on Mexico? Because I know Mexico City was announced, like I said already. It is going to be the first event. Some people like it, some people don't. I think the better population do like the fact that it's going to be in Mexico. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm a little biased. I'm half Mexican, so anything to bring love over there, I'm cool with. That being said, trying to speak in general, I think if you love Gears and you want to compete, you're going to find a way to get there. You get your passport, you know. After last season, you should know there's going to be a tournament there probably sometime this season. You should already have your passport. And go out there, compete, have fun. It shouldn't matter where it is in, you know, North America. Now, I understand the Europe ones. That's a little bit more of a trip. Not everybody can make it, but I mean, why not? I think it's going to be a great tournament. Everybody's going to. There's a lot of Gears players out there anyway, so why not give them something for them to have a home tournament for them? I see no reason to not, honestly.
Agreed. I didn't go to Mexico, unfortunately. I wish I did, just from the fact that, you know, you had Team Envious at the time beat Optic. Everyone said the Mexico support was insane. You could just tell with the pictures, the montage videos they had of the events that they took. Mexico looked like it was pretty well packed. I know I've been playing Gears for a while, and you always matched up with Mexican teams. I never got it since I was 15 years old. I was always confused. I obviously used to talk to some of these guys that are competing now these days, like Rocher and Choche. I've known these guys for so many years, and I think just earlier this year at one of the events, I actually met them in person. And I think it's great. We do need to build a little bit more of the outside of we're all North America, obviously Mexico is as well, but I guess outside of the 50 United States or the United States in general, and I think Mexico is a good location.
Throw
like
one
you
in
said.
Canada. I mean, that's where Coalition is. Throw one,
I like that
care
idea.
somewhere.
I like that idea. No, Canada's always been a big one too. And maybe we'll see one. Who knows? Maybe they'll throw a random one out there, maybe at Vancouver or something like that. That would be pretty sweet. I think that'd be a great idea. As far as the European events, I know you touched a little bit on that. What do you think about that? Going back to London or maybe going back to Paris or something like that?
For me personally, I mean, I've got a wife and kids and a full-time job, so like getting out there for me personally, it's not really something I can do anytime soon. But I think for these Gears players, for any competitor that their org's going to fly them out, for any team that has some pro points that can collect enough money together to get over there. I think it's an amazing opportunity. Who doesn't want to go to France? Who doesn't want to go to London? I mean, that's on everybody's bucket list, in my opinion. And you throw one in Spain or somewhere cool like that. I mean, if I was a competitor, I'd be on the first plane. Like I don't know why you wouldn't want it there. Besides the fact that maybe the home crowd support isn't there enough, and I'm not really sure about that. But I don't know. I'm for anywhere as long as it's not like in a war zone.
That I was waiting for something like that. Yeah, I know. Yeah. This past even Mexico City, I saw that video that was like, I think a bombing or something like that in Mexico City, and I was just like, oh my Lord, what are they going into? And as well as Paris. I know Paris.
Yeah, Paris has been a little.
I think it was like 2 incidents or something like that before the event. I was like, oh my Lord. That was another event I didn't go to. I was like, not that I was happy about that, but I was like, you know what? Yeah. That seems crazy. Luckily, nothing happened to anybody, which is obviously priority number one. Everybody seemed to have a good event. I know people complained about London just because of the fact that it was long traveling and it was very costly, in regards to your flights, your hotel, your team pass, all those miscellaneous costs, your food. So I'm not too sure if we will see a European event. And what you said, which was pretty good, Matt, you said the following is pretty rough. I know since I've been playing, Europe has always been kind of missing in action when it came to Gears of War. I'm not too sure why. Whether they don't like the game as much, maybe they just don't have enough teams. We had Epsilon for a while now. This whole season, Epsilon was pretty much in there. We also had Team Vitality. And I know there was a new roster that was formed with Jack Reactions. So we do have one European team right there. But, yeah, we'll see. We'll see if they come out to an event.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Honestly, for me, if I was going out to London personally, I'd try to lose the first couple games, then go catch a few football matches. Like, find a vacation out there.
Seriously, that's the thing.
Chelsea.
No, I agree with that. Give a shout out to Chelsea out there, but I agree. You gotta. I mean, if you're going out there to play Gears and you have a rough second day and you're out of the tournament, yeah, go see a football game. Maybe go find Harry Potter somewhere. You never know.
There you go. He's out there.
He's out there. I promise you, he's still underneath the steps. So I agree with that. I'm all about traveling around, especially if you're paying the money to get out there.
Yeah.
So Matt, I want to thank you for coming on. I have Hudson's coming up next, another pro player of ours. But again, I appreciate you coming on here. I want to thank you personally. I want to thank CMG as well for everything you guys do. Keep it up. If you guys ever need anything, you let me know.
Awesome, man. Thanks for the interview. It was great. Anytime you want us, man, we'll be on.
You got it. Thank you, buddy.
All right.
Take care. All right, guys. So that was Matt from CMG, one of the co-owners. Great guy. Obviously, you guys met him. I was happy to bring him on here to talk. First time we actually met. First time talking to him. But as you can tell, a very personal guy. I like the guys over at CMG. They do a great job. They have their own podcast. Make sure you follow them on Twitter. Make sure you follow Matt as well. I have him up at Now Live with guest at The Dread Pirate. It's not an E, it's a 3. Make sure you get that right. Throw him a follow. I appreciate him coming on here. We're going to bring on my second guest of the night. Just to let you guys know, most of you know him already. His name is Matt as well. Hudson's. He is a professional player. I've had the opportunity to meet Matt a couple of times in person. He's been very consistent. Right now, he does have a team of 4. I'm going to let him do a little bit talking about his team and a little bit about their background. I know they just had a release of their 5th, Hesitates, aka Q. I'm going to have him coming on here talking about that whole situation, as well as the fact that they are looking for a 5th, and they are also looking for an organization. These are a group of 4 very professional guys. So without further ado, let me go and get Matt. Matt is not going to be having any video. Matt is going to be joining me here on Discord. So before I get Matt in on here, let me set him all up just so we could get him the proper introduction. Hudson's, I was happy for him to come on. It was kind of a last minute invite to him, which I was pretty happy he said yes. Obviously, the more guests we have, the better. I like to bring you guys some new content. I know you guys get bored of looking at me all the time. That's a fact. But let me set him up. So now under Now Live, guys, we're going to go live with guest at Hudson's94. Make sure you guys throw him a follow. Let me jump into Skype. He should be waiting for me. So let me do it. Matt, you there? Hey, what's up, Matt? How's it going? Good. So, Matt, I did a little introduction for you. I don't know if you heard. No, you're good. You're good. So I just spoke a little bit about you, a little bit about your team. I also added on the stream live with you as well. So, Matt, I know I brought you in here last minute. Matt is joining us. He just got home, guys, so give him a little time to catch up. Nice. So you'll be focused. All right. So, Matt, first thing, tell me about your current team situation. Actually, hold on. Just a heads up. No sound. Let me see. They're saying no sound from you. Hold on. Let me see. I wonder why. Hold on. Let me see. Voice. Let's try that. Do you guys hear him now? Matt, talk for me.
Yeah, I'm talking.
All right. That should be good. All right, I think we're good. Let me know if you guys heard Matt just now, and we'll get this going. You heard it? We're good?
I don't know.
Let me see. Joe, what do you think, Fatal? All right, good. All right, we're good. All right, perfect.
We're good? All right, cool.
So go ahead. Lead us off, Matt. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
After Vegas, we decided obviously to drop Witchy and Strangulate. Strangulate was nothing to deal with from the event. Strangulate is and will be a good player for any team he's on. He knew his attitude needed fix, and we didn't think it was beneficial for us to, wait that out. We wanted to, basically we wanted to find the team right away and be done with. You know what I mean? Like we wanted to find it and just grind the rest of the season out with. Witchy, on the other hand, he just didn't play good. I mean, and the issue is like I had a bad event in Paris, I got dropped, so I know bad events happen. But it's like he's went to 2 events, so it's like we just didn't think there's enough, to support keeping him. So we decided to drop him, pick up Kraz and Heza. Kraz good, Heza's good. The issue was throughout time, we didn't mesh with Heza, I guess, would be the issue. Our play styles are very different in a way, and then our ideas in game weren't on the same page at all times. We'd be doing one thing, maybe he would do his own thing, or he'd say something as somebody else calls something. It was just like it wasn't good. Like we didn't mesh at all. I love Q. Q knows I have nothing but love for him, but it just wasn't working. And I think beneficial for both of us, or all of us, to part ways and look for one from now.
Okay, yeah, I know that was something that just happened recently, and that's why I wanted you on here just to kind of talk about it. Obviously, because most people thought that was the roster going in. I know it's you, Yogurt.
That was the plan, yeah.
That
The
was
plan was to, honestly, we were talking to orgs. We still are talking to an org, and the whole plan was originally to sign the entire season 2 with that roster. Like we wanted to stick with it and grind it out, but some things just aren't meant to be, I guess.
No, of course. I mean, it happens. You know how it is. You've been playing this
Trust me,
game
yeah.
for a while now, so I know you've been there, done that. Like you said with Vegas, I know you didn't have. No, sorry, the event before that. Apologize. You had been dropped by E6, and then you had an awesome last event. I'm not gonna lie. I saw a lot of your games. You came back, like a different person. And sometimes that's all it takes. I know, like you said, you talked about it. You didn't have the greatest event, but you came back and you played like a monster.
Yeah. I don't hide it. Like I didn't play good. That comes down to me.
Yeah, which is great, and I appreciated that when I saw that tweet. To be able to say that as a player, as an individual in general, it's not the easiest thing to do. A lot of people don't even do that, and for someone like you to come out and do that was awesome. In regards to the roster, do you guys have anybody you're looking into, certain players, or are you kind of just testing the waters right now?
It's been only, if you really think about it, it's been like 24 hours since we announced this stuff and decided to do this. We have like, I'd say 2 to 3 people we want to scrim with, more than anyone else. I've reached out. I think I've reached out personally to one, and then we're gonna reach out to the other 1 or 2 later on today in the next probably hour or so. And we'll probably start scrimming tomorrow with them, get everything started, start grinding. Because we didn't play last week. They had CMG, so they were practicing for that, and Kraz actually was moving, so we didn't really play for like a week. So I played 2.1, literally 3 ranked matches, but
yeah, and I know currently you said you're playing H1, so you're keeping busy. I know how it is.
Kinda, yeah. I've been playing. I think I put in the last week probably 100 hours to 120 hours in H1.
Jesus, yeah. I love it. Which it's a great game. I'm not talking bad about it at all.
Oh no, but if we had a set team, I'd be on Gears, obviously, but.
Of course, when it comes to business, I know you're pretty level-headed about that, which is a great thing. In regards to the Gears off-season show, I'm not sure if you caught up to it,
Nope,
if you've been watching it. Nice.
I heard they announced Mexico though. So
yep.
That's good to know because that was probably the best event out of all events last year.
Which is
good starting out on the high note.
Which is good that you say that because that's actually what I wanted to talk to you about. What were your thoughts on Mexico? I know you went to Mexico, right? The first event, or
yep.
The first event at Mexico, whatever it was.
Yeah, we placed 5th, 6th.
Nice. How did you like that?
It was amazing. I think the best thing was like how the fans were, because like you say fans at other events, and a lot of it's just players who you're friends with, and people who are in the Gears community as it is, like for majority of them. But like in Mexico, it was literally insane. Like when Splice walked out, they were jumping up and down, screaming. And then when I forgot who Splice was playing. I can't remember exactly who. I think it was Dome's team. And it was like second map to go to tiebreaker, I think. And then like there's like screaming and just basically I don't remember exactly what phrase they were saying, but they were basically like making fun of Dome's team and them for about to lose, and then Dome's team ended up beating them.
Oh boy.
It's like just seeing how the crowd was. Fans literally, like, people came up to you and asked you for your autographs. Like everyone saw the pictures. Like literally anyone and everyone there that like had any name in the community and the pro scene, even some in the amateur scene, like they all wanted autographs. Like I know Optic obviously had a huge pop, Splice, Echo, shit. Even us, like when the E6 team we had at Mexico, like we had a bunch of people ask for autographs and everything.
That's awesome.
After Crush or whatever, Crush did the most insane thing I've ever seen on this game to make us not lose to DeFazio and Domes and them to place top 6. Like seeing that and then seeing how the refs were jumping up and down. Like just the entire like venue was pretty cool. Everyone said going there it was gonna be like kind of like freaky, scary in a way. Like everyone was like nervous about going there. The only thing that was funny is like where we stayed at, across the street, there's a 7-Eleven 24 hours. And like there's like one of the military people with like a shotgun and everything out front.
Shit.
Like holding was it a shotgun or an AR? I don't remember, but he had a gun outside, like so they could unload the cash and everything for the banks. It was just like kind of crazy to see them just standing out there, because how it is in the US, like they're in the banks and then they're in the cars and then going, but like this guy was literally posted up, not letting anyone in or out.
That's insane. That's part of the reason why I thought it was pretty cool and different. You know, traveling, like you said, it's different from the United States and Mexico. Being, you know, it's a decent country. It's not the best. It's not the worst. Um, Obviously, the numbers are great. Like you said it was a great event overall. The fact that they already announced it ahead of time, being the first event.
I think they should have announced the date personally too. I mean, we've been waiting about 2 months almost. It's been 2 months now since the last event.
Agreed, and I'm glad.
And you got to think they're going to give at least a 1 month notice at least.
I agree.
So we're looking at like a 3 to 4 month layoff, which I think everyone wanted like a 2 to 3. But obviously, you know how marketing and all that is. I'm sure Jack and them wanted to do 2 months, but it just didn't work out.
Yeah, obviously, and I'm glad you say that. If you have any ideas, keep it coming. Yeah, the dates is a big issue. I've even been talking about that whenever I can, just because, you know, it is a struggle, especially for work and just in general for you guys to book your flights, whether, you know, you're going through an organization or not. Kind of need a little bit more time. I know this past season was about a month at max in advance, which is a little tough.
Yeah, it needs to be at least a month and a half to 2 months per event, like ahead of time noticed.
Agreed.
In my opinion, because if you give a month notice, I mean, you got to think about it. Flights compared to like a 2 week extra notice are definitely like 20% more. Like that could change one person going to an event and one person not going.
No, you're absolutely right. Or a team in general. If one or two of your guys can't go last minute because of, you know, obviously the dates came out too late and they couldn't request off of school, whatever it is, work. You know, you lose people like that, and that's obviously not something we need. You know, we need them. The more teams, the better, especially for an event, you know, in Mexico City outside of the United States. What's your anticipation with that event? Once you get your fifth, what's your schedule? Kind of give me a little bit of a background about you guys. I know you're not too set in stone with your guys' practice routine and whatnot, but what is your goal?
I think all of us as a goal are to scrim at least 5 times a week minimum, and then hopefully we'll probably we have like a scrim chat with other pros and some amateur teams, and like we scrim, usually the scrim blocks are like 7 o'clock, 9, and 11. So like my personal goal is, because I've been working a lot extra, obviously, because not having a team, not having the org set yet, like you gotta bring income in because you got bills and everything. So like our goal as a team though is to scrim 5 days a week minimum, and then play hopefully 4 to 6 hours minimum a day as well. And then just keep that schedule. I know for a fact, like Tuesdays, for example, wouldn't be a day we play because everyone on our team has things going on that day. And then like maybe we take like maybe a different day off like here and there, but majority of it 5 days a week playing, and then just get the season ready to go. That's the only issue I'm having right now. Is like I wanted them to announce something, because now that they announce something, once they do the funding and everything for how the team is, like team events, like how many teams are funded, what place, where, all this and that. Like when all that info comes out for funding, then orgs will actually have info to talk salaries with players and stuff. Because I know that's another issue. Like a lot of teams like that want huge salaries. Like I know some people that are getting paid salaries like not much, and I know some people who are getting way more than like others, and you think like they'd be paid less for like other teams. Like in perspective or perception, I don't even know what the fuck that word is. I don't know. But anyways, like if you were to compare it, look at last year with me on E6, we were making more than Optic a month.
That's insane.
That's like, it's insane. Like to think that like the only teams, like you can't even argue anyone should be making more per se, but the teams who you would think would be making more were the Echo, the Ghost, maybe the Echo. Yeah, I'd say Echo, Ghost, and then Envy, because E United was like such an up and down team last year. Started out strong, and then at the end they just had a team that didn't want to be together. Like in Paris, you could tell when we played them, and then when we played them in Vegas, like it was like a shamble of a team. Like I won't even deny that. We were playing them, and I was like, "There's no way like these kids are fucking like even wanting to play with each other." The way it was going.
Yeah, and I know that's another thing with the E6 squad. What could you say happened there? I don't know. It wasn't much of you
after Paris or before Paris.
Both.
All right, so before Paris, part of the reason like what was going on is we couldn't find a fifth at all. Like we didn't know who we wanted to play with. We played with Strafey as a team. Like we all decided to play with Strafey. That was Chris Excel's boy. And then after a day or two of scrimming, we decided maybe it wasn't going to work out with Strafey, so we decided to scrim with Q. And I felt like we kind of like, not, I wouldn't say rushed, but we played with Q at the beginning. Q was a good player. He fit well with us. We needed somebody who was just going to slay. and he was doing that for us, which is the good thing. But as time went on, a few weeks later, after I think it was like a week after, my grandpa wasn't doing well, so we weren't playing at all. And then I wasn't playing. They still played a little bit. I know Excels and Kevin were on the game every single day, especially I think Eternity was. I think they all were actually. They were all playing every day. It just they couldn't scrim because I was out of town for a week. And then I came back, and then another weekend I left, and then when I got back the weekend, I played I think a month, and it wasn't even a Monday. I played a Sunday, and then I think we played a 2K, and then after the 2K, it's the one we lost to Optic, and I don't know if anyone would remember this, but we lost like we were in the finals against them, and it was us versus Optic, and then what happened was we had the boom shot round where we should have won. Like things went wrong with boom with it, and then that next day, that Monday, we were like about to scrim that day, and then I got a call at work, and then everything else to get to the hospital. My grandpa wasn't doing well again. He passed away, and then got
I'm
back
sorry
after a
about
week
that.
because we took the whole week off. Obviously, like
Mhm.
we had the funeral on until Thursday, and then everything else. So we weren't playing that week, and then we got back on Sunday, I believe. We played Monday, played like for another week, but like a week before the event isn't good per se. You know what I mean? You wanted to be grinding weeks before an event, but we only got to really play, I think a week prior, like a full week, if that, because we had
Mhm.
other complications going on throughout the team. Not complications, I would say, just scheduling. You know what I mean?
Of course, yeah.
And
Scheduling's
then
always the biggest.
after that, I mean, we went to the event. I didn't play well. No lying about that. Like I've been the first one to say I didn't play well. And then everyone like I had like went on Veli show, and then people were like saying different things, like saying I said other shit. So like me and Excel's like we're bumping heads a little bit at a moment, like after I was already dropped. But then me and Chris have talked. Chris will say this too. Like me and Chris are on good terms again. Me and Chris are boys. Never had an issue with Chris. I love Chris. I mean, I still think what happened to him is shitty. I felt like they were trying to make an example out of someone, and they just chose him, which is, in my opinion, dumb to be a whole season. But that's just me. I mean, I don't make the rules. I don't think he should be gone for a whole year. I've told him that. I've also reached out, said if he needs anything, he knows to hit me up. But
Yeah,
after that, I mean, I got dropped. So we ended up playing. I ended up finding a team last minute for Vegas. Like, what was it, 3 weeks prior? It was gonna be me, Yogurt. Who was it? Me, Yogurt, Strangulate, and then we didn't know who to pick up at all. Like, so we were like, stuck on who do we pick up. So we ultimately decided, hey, let's pick up a young up and coming kid in Witchy. We decided to play with Witchy. Went to the practice online. A couple teams, you could tell Witchy still wasn't like feeling it. Like I don't even think he could deny that against like the top or upper teams. Like he just wasn't in the same groove as he was against the other teams that we played. So we went to Vegas. I'm not even gonna lie, my expectation in Vegas after how scrims went, because like so many complications with it. I was hoping, my goal was, not even gonna lie, like it's bad to say this because you want to go to an event to win, but my goal was fifth, sixth. And knowing we got that with a 2-week pickup team, with the situation we were in, with the scrimming and everything, not really playing. I think we played probably 2 full days up to that event. Not even gonna lie. We had like issues in the team, like disagreements, differencing on who wants to lead, who wants to do all the other stuff. So we go to the event, place fifth, sixth, and then after the event, we discussed we needed to make a change. We all were on board, all 4 of us, including Strangulate, knowing like we had to drop at least Witchy and pick up one from there. And then as time went on, we were like talking throughout the weekend, and then when we got home, we talked, and then we thought like, what should we do? Should we stay with Ben because Ben played so fucking good? Like not even lying. Like I've said it how many times already on the show. Like Ben played really good that event, and he's always played pretty good at events. It's never been that. It's just been like a matter of attitude per se. And I think he'd be the first one to say like that's his only big issue. And he's worked on it, and you can tell he's worked on it. Like I've seen his streams. I still talk to Ben. Like me and Ben are on good terms. But we decided to pick up Q and Kraz, and since then, well, actually, we picked up Wildy at first. We were gonna play with Wildy, and then Wildy got an offer from E United he couldn't turn down. I'm not gonna go into the whole reasoning of why. Like he just had what we were told by him. Like if he wouldn't have taken that, I would have been mad at him.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, which makes sense. I'm sure he got the
sense.
salary
Yeah,
and all that and
it's not
whatnot.
even the salary part. It's like the other things that went with it. Like me and Wildy weren't on good terms, I would say, after Atlantic City. He basically, he'll be the first to tell you he fucking hated my guts. And then, I mean, at Vegas, I kind of talked to him because I knew after the event we were gonna make a change, and we were all like talking to Wildy, like, "Yo, let's talk to Wildy and this and that." So we picked him up with Kraz for about a day or two. We were playing, and then the offer officially came through for E United. Like, he originally had it, but this time the offer came actually from Clerky and Burns, like through the actual, management of this like E United team and organization. So he knew it was real this time, so he decided to go play with them. So we didn't know who to pick up. We went through that other, another issue. Who do we pick up? Who do we pick up? Who do we play with? Who do we play with? And ultimately, we decided let's play with Q. Like I said, first few weeks were good. Then things started, conflicting play styles, different agendas in game. I just feel like the thing with Q is I feel like Q needs to be on that team, like where it's, yo, we get kills and we like, you're supposed to fly after you get kills, but like his is you get 1 or 2 kills and you're flying, not securing, the other 2 or 3, then doing it. It's just like, it's not being all at once doing something all together. Like there's just times where like he'd get caught OEing and doing other things he shouldn't be doing, and like it seemed to be like a repetitive thing. So ultimately we decided, let's just fucking make a change and then go from there.
Yeah.
So ultimately yesterday we made the change. But other than that,
that was a lot.
Been quiet. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot leading up to it if you think about it, like between Vegas and Paris and everything. I mean, obviously, I wish I didn't play like I did at Vegas, or not Vegas, at Paris. I wish I didn't play like I did. I wish I would have played like I normally have at events for the majority. I mean, like Mexico, I had an average event, but that's not, the average event's okay. Like you're playing, fine, but I didn't play my best. And then other than that, though, like if I could have just had that other chance, but that's on me. There's no one else's fault. No one else played the game bad for me. I just wish it wouldn't have, because I really do think if we would have went to that Vegas event like prepared and everything, and I played just average. Like I feel like there's no reason we're not top 2, top 3 at that event. Honestly, I would say we would have been top 2 in my opinion if we were all playing like we should.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
plus we'd actually have affinity there as a coach, like, and that'd be a big bonus.
Yeah, him as a coach, I know he's coaching EU now. He's been playing for so long. He's been playing probably longer than I have. So the guy has a lot of knowledge and information and experience and talent, and could bring a lot to the table. Even as a coach, I feel like coaches even now more than ever can bring a lot more to the table, especially somebody like him. For how much he's been competing for so long.
Well, shit, I teamed with him in Eternity on and off. Well, not on and off though. I teamed with him for 18, 19 months, and then Infinity had to retire because of he got a new job or whatever, where he wouldn't be able to keep up with the scheduling, which is understandable. Like he starting his like life.
Yeah, I heard that. I forget what the company is, but the only reason why I remember it so much is
I can't. Yeah, I don't know what we can like. I can say exactly because like some of the shit is like different than other jobs. Like
no, of course.
But I mean, it's a job that if he wouldn't have taken, like I think me and Eternity and Burger like would have told him like you're an idiot. Like I had a job where I could have made around 30 an hour, but I turned it down so I could keep competing for season 2 because I'd have to work nights.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's always tough.
I have it. I'm hoping at the end of season 2, like depending on how things go and what like the future of Gears of War as a whole is, to have everything settled in that aspect, and then go from there to make a decision what I want to do.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it all depends how this season 2 goes. So the bigger the better, and for everybody. Yeah. And I'm hoping, everybody gets what they want. Now to kind of wrap it up for you, Matt, I know you guys, and I know you said it already, but I like to always plug it in, especially for somebody like you. I know you guys are a group of 4 right now. You're looking for your 5th guy. You guys are looking for an organization. I know you've been, tweeting it out there and whatnot. Just for everybody watching this show, and also for the rebroadcast when you guys go back and watch it. Matt Hudson's, his Twitter's up top on the screen under Now Live. Make sure you guys follow him. His current squad are a good group of professional guys, been playing this game for a very long time. Yogurt, who I've known for years, I have utmost respect for him. Giraffe and also Kraz, a little bit more newer guys, but they had an awesome season 1. Make sure you guys follow them. For any organizations watching this, I approve these guys. Matt, I want to thank you for coming on. I know it was
problem.
last minute. Thank you for explaining everything you did. Honestly, you brought in so much information about yourself, your current squad, your past squad, E6. So I was honestly just sitting here, shocked in a good way that all the information you brought to the stream. I want to thank you. And Matt, have a good night. If you ever need anything from me, you know where to catch me.
I got you. Thank you, man. Have a good night.
You too, buddy. Take care. Alrighty, guys. So that was Hudson's. Matt had a lot of information, like I just said, about his current team, about E6, about the way he played at his, I think it was Paris event. He didn't have the greatest event. He came out and said it tonight on the stream. He also was very vocal about it in general. It takes a lot to say that, especially as a top player like himself. You don't really see that often, and I think it's always good to humble yourself and to be modest, especially when it's a known fact, for example, for himself, that you didn't play well. You come out and you tell your team, even if they drop you or not, hey, look, I didn't have the greatest event, but I'm going to come back stronger. Matt at Las Vegas had an awesome event. The guy was playing like a monster. I know I scrimmed him at one point on Gears before the Vegas event. I thought the guy was unstoppable. My team was complaining the whole time about him, saying, oh, he's host connection, all this kinds of stuff. But the guy just tucked in, focused up, did his thing, came back, placed top 6 once again, made it into the money. Now he has a young, strong squad going into season 2. I wish him the best of luck. But going forward, guys, we're going to go to my third and last guest of the night. This is probably going to be the most exciting guest. This is Kevin, aka Firearm. He's young, he's loud. He has what it takes to be a pro player. He has been competing with the best of the best for a while now. I've known Kevin for years. He's from the Bronx. Give him a little introduction. I'm going to update the stream feed before we go ahead and bring him in here. He's going to be joining me live from Skype. He is going to have some video, so you guys will be able to have someone else to look at while he joins the show. I want to thank you guys so far for being in here and listening to my guests and what they have to say. Obviously, like I said, I want to bring a little bit of different things for you guys every week, especially this week with these 3 guests. I thought it was awesome to be able to do this, especially with 2 professional players coming on the show. It's always a big deal to hear what they have to say and their stories and a little bit of a background to them, because these guys just aren't gamers, you know what I mean? They don't just get on every day and just play the game. They have personal lives. There's a lot that goes on in the background between team changes. You heard from Matt, aka Hudson's, in regards to Hesitate. They didn't mesh well in game. It was nothing, personal, and they made the move that they felt necessary to do so. And that's life. That's Gears of War, and that's the esports world. It happens every day. And without further notice, let me go ahead and bring in my good friend Kevin. He is excited to come on the show. I know Kevin, I spoke to him a little earlier before we went live. Let me just adjust everything before we get it going on here. But where is the screen? Okay. Sorry guys, just a little trying to find where my Skype went. Okay. Let me go ahead and get Kevin in here while we wait. Hopefully the connection is a lot better this time. Yo. What's happening, brother?
Yo, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, perfect.
I'm just trying to get you on the screen. So how's it going? What's up? Talk to me.
Everything's good, man. Just here, ready.
How was your CMG?
CMG was amazing, as the last event was. The last CMG I actually went to, my team actually won that, the PJJ squad. So it's always a fun time going to those. I always got so much love for all the people at CMG. They just always know how to throw an event. Yeah, there'd be some issues, but what event aren't there any issues? It's always a good time, catching up with people, playing. Good times.
Of course. So I wanted to bring you on here. You're one of the younger upcoming guys. Let's start off with CMG. Tell us, what was the situation with your squad prior to the event and at the actual event? Who did you end up playing with? I know some people don't know the whole situation. You could tell me as much as you want. Tell me as much as you don't want. You kind of be the judge of that.
So, before the CMG event, I was supposed to play with the WB roster, which was everybody except for Kraz, because Kraz was moving. But then Hudson's had some, I guess he couldn't go because of work reasons. So then Hudson's didn't get to go, and then now it's just the 3 plus a pickup, which was Sam, and then plus me. But I honestly didn't want to play with that team. I thought I wanted to play with the WB roster. I'd rather go in with a team of 4 than a team of 3 with 2 subs. It's just not worth me wasting my money, because at the end of the day, I want my money back, and I want to win just like I won the last one.
Of course.
So I ended up not playing with them, because that's not the team I was told I was gonna play with. So then all that started happening, all the issues and whatever, and then I ended up playing with Crushmo, Rezik, Eternity, and Crash. So that was a pretty dope team.
Yeah, that was a pretty stacked squad. When I heard about that, I was like, all right, I see him making moves last minute, switching it up. I know how you BX guys get down. You guys like to spice things up. Trust me, I've been there, done that with plenty of Bronx players. How did that go? How was that squad? I was interested. I wish I was there to see it.
Honestly, we seemed pretty good. I can't even lie. And then when we played against Glory, they're just on another level, to be honest. But there was a strat that we had that was working at one point, and then after that, we just didn't get to do it again, and I was kind of mad about that. And they ended up beating us, and then we lost to E United on a mistake that happened. I'm not sure everybody saw. There was just a little accident that happened with somebody on my team. He was just wide buttoning somebody, which he wasn't supposed to, and we would have 2-0'd E United and then got second instead of getting third, or played Glory again for first.
Okay, I know that that was a tough event. In regards to playing that Glory squad, I know you touched on it already. They were top squad or whatever it is. Who do you think was the weakest player on there? I just want to throw it off a little bit. I know everyone talks about who's the best player, but who was the weakest player? I want to hear
Glory?
a little bit of the trash talk. Yeah, who's the weakest player? Who was soft?
Nah. Realistically, none of them are weak players.
You're corny.
I was saying it to them in person just to get in their head, but honestly, at the end of the day, they're top players for a reason. They're top 2 teams. They're it's for a reason. There's no other way around it. They wouldn't be on that team if they were a weak link. Just no disrespect to who's ever gotten dropped, but the people that get dropped is for a reason. They haven't got dropped for a reason. So
No, of course.
So I don't know. Honestly, individually, they're just all beasts. I honestly thought I was gonna win. I didn't think I was gonna lose to them, to be honest. That sucked.
Yeah, I know you went in there pretty confident, which I like. I always like to see that and hear that. Prior to going to the event, I know you were saying you're going out there to beat Optic, and I was like, damn, my man throwing shots out there. I like that. And you have to be confident.
Yeah.
You have to be confident.
I know what needs to be done to beat those type of kids. I don't know, man. I know what needs to be done. So it sucks when it doesn't happen, but what can I say? I just hope the next event I get another good chance, but this time with my real team, I play against their team. Be pretty fun.
Yeah, once you get a set squad and you guys are actually practicing and you're on a routine, it's not easy, especially with a pickup squad, to play somebody like, a team like that. You had at least 3 players from Optic Gaming, obviously the number 1 team so far for this season going into it. But for this coming season, what's your plan? Or are you an individual player right now? Are you working out a team? Tell me, what's going on? What's up with you?
Right now, I'm currently a free agent. I'm trying to work on something. I'm tired of wasting time. I have gotten some some offers, but there's always a player on a team that makes the team weak, and I've been through that already, and I'm not trying to go through that again. It's if I get on a team or if I make a team, I want everybody to be, I want to be confident with the players that are next to me. I want to be able to know, all right, these guys can bang out. I don't got to worry about them,
No, of course. I know.
So
that means a lot.
At the end of the day, even though they're pros, they want to play with their friends. They want to play with their close friends, but they don't understand that sometimes that's why they're not placing first. That's why they're not placing second. and it sucks. But that's I picked that on quick, so I was like, I'm not trying to make the same mistakes, you know.
No, of course. I know you need to take it slow. You have to really evaluate who you're going to be playing with, especially, you don't want to be flip-flopping between players and teammates going into this season. That's not something that a lot of organizations like. They like to see some consistency. Obviously, you're a great young player, so you have a lot to bring to the table, and everything you're saying is absolutely right. You have to take your time. You have to really evaluate your guys. Obviously, I know you bring a lot to the table to whichever team it is. So that is something you have to think about. Have you had anybody in mind, a certain duo or a certain player in general, or a certain couple of guys that you would like to try out or that you have in mind, maybe?
There's a few, but like I said, sometimes they're usually attached to someone, and it's hard to like take them away, or at least in my case, like as good as I think I am, or as good as people think I am, whatever. At the end of the day, like, it's hard to really vouch for myself, because at the end of the day, like, what's on paper is that I haven't played top 8. Realistically, I haven't. I've voted 9 through 12 like 4 times, top 16 like twice. Like, it's just, those are the facts. And sometimes some pros, they look at that, honestly. But I don't know. I'm trying to build a good team. I'm trying to build my own God squad. I'm trying to build a team I know I could work with. Personally, I don't know, man. I don't know who I could pick up right now. I'm still trying. I'm still looking for the best teammates I could get. I have gotten like a few offers though recently, so that's pretty cool. But nothing set in stone yet.
Yeah, that's always good. Obviously, you're getting attention from teams and different players and whatnot. It's hard, it's hard to really do much right now. Like you said, it is true. I've been kind of keeping up with who's free, who's not, and right now, there's not much out there. We did have Hudson's on here. That is a team that's looking for a fifth. Not too sure what your relationship is with those guys. Would that be a team that you could see yourself on?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like,
keep it real. Don't give me this. Don't give me this white people stuff. Give me the Bronx Hispanic stuff. Let me hear the realness. I want to hear the realness.
Yeah,
that squad
the
right there. Hudson's, Yogurt, Giraffe, and Kraz. If they came to you, hey, look, Kev, we need a fifth. Are you down? What's up? Tell me. Boom. I'm Hudson's. What would you say?
All right, realness. I got the offer already.
Okay.
It's just that there's a lot of things that I see that some of those players lack individually, and it's just like fuck. Like, I mean, sorry, this is like damn. Like, it
nah,
sucks.
It's okay.
Like, cause like some of those players, like I know they done played better than me. They placed better than me, and whatever they can say, like they can say all of that. But there's a player on that team who I'm just not so stoked on, and it's just like I don't want to go in with that energy about that team, and we're scrimming. It's like I feel that way because I already know like impressions are everything. So if I go in feeling like that, and I'm getting those vibes, or they're getting those vibes, it's already a bad start. So it's like I don't know. Like I want to scrim with them, but then again, it's like those type of players are the type that would drop me last minute. You know what I'm trying to say? Realistically, I'm playing with them. A couple weeks before season 2 starts, I'm dropped.
Yeah, no, it's true.
It's how the scene works, which is why I'm trying to build my team, knowing that if I build my team, I can actually like grow with these people. Like I know, like it's over. Like they had to rock out with me. Like like I want to be confident in my players, not having a feeling like damn I might get snaked, I might get dropped. But I ain't gonna lie, most of the free agents right now suck. Like they just suck. Like there's no other way around it. I'm sorry. Like they just really suck. So this WB roster looks amazing in my eyes, to be honest, as of right now, because the free agents right now like are so depressing. Like it's crazy. It's like damn. Like it's I don't know, man. It is crazy.
I mean, that. Yes, I agree with you that the teams out there, there's really not much right now. That WB squad, and I'm not just saying it because Hudson's on here. I like them. I think they're good. I think you would play a really good role in that team. The only problem I could see is that there's a lot of young guys on that team and a lot of attitude.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie though. Regardless of that young attitude or not, those dudes are like, from what I heard, like Kraz and like Hudson. I see them playing the leader role. Like what I'm trying to say. Like I see them like taking over when it comes down to it. I know Yogurt is a beast. Like I've seen Yogurt do some wild things. I'm just like Jesus Christ. And then Giraffe too is just I don't know. Who knows? Maybe we do have to scrim. Maybe we do have to try it out. You know, who knows what could happen.
Yeah, I think Yogurt's really good. I think Yogurt, like I said, even before you came on here, I said Yogurt's been playing for a long time. I've played against him, never played with him, but he's always a very skilled, very talented player. As far as the other two, Kraz and Giraffe, I don't know much about them. Obviously, they must be decent because they've placed, top 8 for the last couple events or whole season 1. I can't even keep up with them, so they can't be that bad. But to get off that topic, let me ask you, Gears off-season show. Did you watch the finale? Because Hudson's completely shut that down real quick. But did you watch the finale or watch the show in general?
Yeah, I actually saw it today.
Okay. What were your thoughts on it? What did you think about the show? Entertaining, not entertaining? Needs a little bit more? What do you think?
I ain't gonna lie. Those off seasons, they're wavy. Like those shows was sick. I ain't gonna lie. They did some good edits. I liked it. I personally liked all 4 of the episodes they did or whatever. It was dope. Like I personally loved it. To be honest, I was like, it got me like I want to play on land again. Like look at these dudes. Like looking at United, looking at United, looking at Optic, looking at Echo. Like the life that they're kind of living. It's pretty dope. It's like wow. Like I see myself at that level. Like, why am I not there yet? It's just motivated me even more, to be honest. So like, I personally loved it, to be honest, and I loved everything about it, about those shows, episodes.
Yeah, I thought the episodes were cool. I thought that was something that Gears of War was lacking for a while. I've been saying this literally since probably Gears of War 2 days when I was playing, myself at a pro level. And the fact that they started up this just now is, I'm so upset. I want to be a part of it so bad. I think people like yourself and I would, do really well on a show like that. And, the more entertaining, the more jokes, the more funny background to it, I think the better. I know right now they're kind of focusing on like 3 teams, United, Optic, and Echo Fox, which is understandable. Big organizations, you got to give them their airtime and whatnot. But I really look forward to them kind of expanding out to different teams and different aspects of Gears of War in general, and not just focusing on 3 pro teams. After a while, it'll get kind of boring if you're constantly following them of what they eat, what they go to the gym. I mean, kind of want to spice it up a little bit. You know what I mean? You want to get the realness. You want to get the real trash talk. You want to get the big rivalries, the big gimmicks behind the show.
Where's that?
Yeah, like where that will build. Obviously, it's a little drama involved, but everybody loves to watch drama. You know what I do for a living. People thrive off of drama. People are nosy. So if there's more of a gimmick to it or more action on the show, I think it'd be even better. I look forward to season 2. Obviously, this finale just came out. Before I move on to the next topic, did you see the Echo Fox workout? Did you see that?
Yeah, that was depressing. I'm not gonna lie. I'm cool with them, but like that was sad. I'm like, Echo's paying y'all good, man. Go work out. Like you're home, do some push-ups, do some sit-ups. Like you're wilding. Like that was OD. That. And then you got Rhodey laughing like an animal. He's just laughing at everything. That shit was funny though. I mean, they better work out with that money they get in that org. What? Go work out, bro. Like you're crazy. You gotta look good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta look good. You just can't be an ugly gamer. You gotta look good. You gotta be fit. You gotta, that's how I look at it.
No, I agree with that. People think that just pro gaming is pro gaming. No, you have to have a healthy lifestyle. It helps you. You focus better if you're eating the right things. If you're healthy, you have more energy. I think they're, bringing a good idea to the gaming esports world with the fact that, working out and whatnot is great. And watching that video, dude, I was dying. I mean, Rhodey, like you said, his laugh was great. The fact that he held on for a while, which was pretty funny. I thought he was going to slip. Toy Soldier obviously won that. He's light. He has to understand. He was doing a pull-up. Like, he's a light guy. He's skinny. He's going to hold on the longest. But regardless, it was pretty funny in regards to that. And I like the show. Like I said, I hope to see more about it. Moving forward, there's going to be another Gears Microsoft event August 19th coming up. I know you go to the New York LAN, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep.
And you went to the last one, correct?
Yeah, funny story about that. I won the one before that, and the actual, the last one, we didn't get to play. They didn't let us play.
Oh, wow. Why? What was that?
And that's the 3rd time they didn't let me play, to be honest. It's because, the first time they didn't let us play, was because apparently, it was the first 16 teams to show up. And
Okay.
we're like, but we did the online reservation, and they're like, that doesn't matter. You just gotta come. You gotta come here, first. So we're like, all right, whatever. Then the next time we came, we just went, and they didn't even let us. They didn't even let us play again. They were like, you have to do the online reservations this time. So it's just like, yo, bro, like, what are you saying? And then we didn't even get to play. My team was stacked for that event. It was me, Praise, Soto, Zenon, and who was the fifth? Domes. It was Domes.
Oh, okay.
So we were stacked, and we didn't even get to play.
Wow, that's
That sucks.
pretty tragic. Yeah, unfortunately. For this upcoming event, do you plan to attend?
I hope I get to play. Like I love going to every Microsoft event. I'm not gonna lie. Like since I started playing competitive about over a year ago, like I've been going to these Microsoft events. Like I've been going to since they had the single ones, the 5 whatever. I love going to them. I love supporting it. I love playing on LAN. I love everything about it. To be honest, there's nothing wrong that comes from it, except when they don't let me play.
Yeah, God, that's pretty tragic. So make sure you do pre-register. Now, if you do go, who do you plan to play with, or who do you have in mind?
I want to play with my son Praise, cause me and him have been talking about like playing these Microsofts together for a minute, and it's just cool. Like me and him is really cool. Me and Soto, one of the last ones. Me and Soto's down again, hopefully. And those are like the main two I'm down to play with. To be honest, like we always talk about it almost every Microsoft event if any of us can make it. So those are like the homies. They're on the team, so it'd be dope to play with them. Top players.
Of course, no. That's why I asked. That'd be cool. If you could set up yourself a local squad, that's always the best way to do it. Just so you can make those locals easy. Easy money, easy points, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I know over
But
here.
then again, I don't like it too easy because then again, like it feels good. But I like playing against them too because they're beasts. Like I love the competition. And I love to see where I'm at. So it goes like that. It goes both ways.
No, and I agree with that. That's
And
that's
it's
a good way.
Microsoft. So then again, it's like I like, I'm not really losing out. Like if anything, I'm getting a good chance to smoke them.
I think you're more focused on smoking people. That's really like your thing, and I love it. It's great.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff that I enjoy listening to. The fact that
I
you can go
have
out
to.
there, you have to.
I have to. It's like I need to be honest. Like at the end of the day, everybody can admit we're tired of seeing Optic up there. We're tired of seeing Echo. Like we want some new faces. Like I just came in this scene about a year ago. Cubano. Like since I first came in the scene, you were one of the first people to even like play a scrim against me. One of my first scrims competitive. So it's like it's crazy how far I came up from like a year ago and like where like everything started and how quick it's going. Because most of these dudes been at this for like what 10 years plus.
Yeah, for a while.
And
Now.
I'm already doing more than some. I'm already doing like what I need to be doing. So I just want to keep it going, and I want to dethrone like those top people. To be honest,
No, it's always a good feeling. You have to, and like you said, it's always good to see different faces. It's it's more entertaining. You don't want to see the consistent people up there. I know consistency kind of kills sports. Yeah, you get bored. You see the same team, you see the same guys. If it changes up every event, you got the team that plays fourth and they drop all the way to top 12, and then you got a team that plays top 32, jumps into the top 4. It's exciting. You're like, oh crap, did that just happen? And will they consistently place that after this event? So I agree with you. It's it's more exciting and whatnot. So I like that as well, and I'm a big believer in that. And I hope to see you obviously break the top 8 soon enough and stay up there for the rest of season 2.
I mean, that's already guaranteed. I don't know. Like personally, I'm being realistic. Like personally, like. My placing does not justify my skill, and anybody can vouch for me for that. Anyone that plays this game has vouched for me. Like all these top pro players already thought I placed top 8. Like it's unfortunate because every LAN event I have been to, there's always something that happens. There's always some incident, some BS that happens, and it's crazy to explain it. And it's like I could go on and off about everything that's been going on. Like what happened in Paris, what happened in Mexico, what happened in AC. It's just so much crazy like stuff. It's like Jesus Christ, you wouldn't even expect that.
No, of course.
But I swear, season 2, I promise you, Firearm will be on the top.
Okay, I want to see that.
Yeah.
I don't like false promises.
I promise you.
I want to see that.
Time. It's my time. It's my time.
It's his time. We had topped out at like 120 viewers. I want all of them to know that this season 2 is gonna be Firearms' season. So Firearm, going into our last topic of the night, the fact that you said that you're gonna be on top, First event, Mexico City. What are your thoughts about going back to that event, and what are your expectations?
Hey man, Mexico honestly, I feel like set off my career, like set off like my beginning of my career. That's when I started getting noticed because that's when we built the PJJ team, you know, the OG squad right there. And it's just realistically a bunch of randoms that came together and low key, you know, showed up on land. We did what we had to do. Obviously we fell short to AOG for top 8. You know, it was our first event. We went 3 days into that event as a team, or 2 days before that event as a team, and we ended up getting 9th through 12th. So that, just knowing I'm going back to Mexico, which was like the biggest crowd, like the biggest fan base, like, and that's also where we started PJJ, and we actually built a little following because of PJJ. Like we had a couple fans because, you know, PJJ, we did that for Mexico alone, for that purpose, you know, because it sounds Mexican, like it sounds funny, you know, everybody's cool with it, everybody's supporting, everybody. It's dope. Like we had supporters. I was just like, wow, like this is crazy. Everybody wanted us to be LG. Everybody wanted us to be Dome's team, and it's just like, it's crazy.
Yeah, no.
I'm excited. I'm excited. Mexico to me is like, that's a dope way to open up the season. The biggest crowd, the biggest fan base. Let's start the season off right. You know, let's get it going. Let's get it with the strongest energies. Let's get it going.
I agree. I think Mexico is going to be fuego, if anything. I hope to be at the event. I hope to see you do really well. Waiting for you to get on that team, so obviously you could get grinding. I'm working on getting out there, whether it's casting or commentating or whatever it is. Regardless, I hope to see you there. I want to start to wrap it up. Again, I want to thank everybody for coming out and watching. Kev, you being our third and final guest, I want to thank you as well for coming out. We're going to be doing this a little bit more, guys. Of course, always. We're going to be doing this a little bit more often for the pro players as well. I'm going to get more org owners in here and whatnot, but I thought it'd be cool to get 3 different guys out here. You guys all saw Kevin's confidence and his positivity. Some people like it, some people hate on it. I love it. Kevin, stay real. Appreciate you coming out tonight. If you ever need anything,
always,
you know where to find me. All right, brother?
Got you. Thanks for having me, man.
Anytime, buddy. Take care.
Take care, guys. Peace out, stream.
All right, so you guys heard it. That was Firearm from Team PJJ in the past. We wish him the best of luck. He is looking for a team as of right now. He's a very good individual player. Like he said, he only started about a year ago. I actually did scrim against his team. I actually was going to be on his team for Ultimate Edition. I know that was with him and Mamba, 2 good guys that I've known for obviously a year or more now. Didn't work out that way. But like I said, I want to thank him. I want to thank Matt Hudson's, and then also Matt from CMG. I want to thank the 3 of them for coming out. I want to thank all you guys for watching. Make sure you guys follow the stream. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at NJ Cubano. Again, we'll be live next Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern. It will be my show before I go on vacation. I'm going to be going to Florida for about a week and a half for family vacation with my fiance and whatnot. So next week I'll try to get a couple of more guests on here. If you guys ever have any questions, concerns, topics you want me to touch on, make sure to DM me. You could DM me at Gears of War RosterMania, which is at the bottom of your screen, or you could also DM me directly at NJ Cubano. If you guys ever have any questions in regards to esports, the business side, me as a player, anything in regards to that, you guys know where to catch me. Thank you guys once again. I love doing this. This is something I'm very passionate about. It is unfortunate that I've stopped playing, but this gets my esports, I guess, entertainment out of the way every week that I do this. I hope to be at Mexico City. I do speak Spanish. I'll just throw that out there. That's a little disclosure in case, you know, we need a little translator in regards to that. But again, I want to, before I forget, big shout out to Domes and Fatal Strike for the host. Both good guys, both competitive players for a while now. Chris, thank you for that host. Big time. Got a lot of viewers off of that. Really helps me build. And again, take care, guys. Have a good night. You know where to catch me if you have any questions. I will see you next Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you follow the stream for any updates, and also auto host for anybody out there. Thank you guys. Love you guys. Have a good night. Take care.